Good afternoon in Bulabinaka, I'm a farmer. So I'm Rohit. I'll take us through the cover farming system. So before, when the cover was grown, it was always grown under a tree. Tree has got deep rooting system. As the roots go down, they extract the nutrients. As the leaves start to grow, and the branches start to grow, nutrient is added back to the soil. As a leaf falls, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium goes back to the soil. Organic matter builds up. And then there's microorganisms in the soil. They feed on these leaves, the branches, dead material. They release the nutrients, and the soil gets richer and richer. Organic matter builds up. The soil color changes to dark black, and everybody lives in harmony. The very moment the farmer thinks of planting a cover, what he does, gets a chainsaw, an axe, or a knife, and cuts the tree. As the tree dies, no more leaf falls to the ground, no more branches come to the ground. The roots are not there to break down the soil surface. The soil gets weaker. As the soil gets stressed, weaker, cannot hold water and nutrient, the plant starts to feel it. The plant gets stressed, no shade, no nutrient, the plant gets sick. As the plant gets sick, the disease starts to come. In the disease definition, for disease to occur, there has to be a favorable plant, host, cover, which is already there, the environment, your soil, and a disease factor, a pathogen or insect or disease. So insect and pathogen, they can move. But if your plant is healthy, because your soil is healthy, the pathogen, even though it attacks, the plant does not die. But if your soil is sick, your plant then gets sick. Then this pathogen comes and attacks. And as the pathogen attacks, the plant gets the symptom. You lose the crop, you lose the money, the farmer doesn't make any profit, and he's worried. So to have a healthy cover plant, if you need a healthy cover plant, really good cover plant, you need to have a healthy soil. Healthy soil is about going back to the nature. Farming the way our ancestors used to farm, our elders used to farm. It should be the traditional way of growing cover. Under the trees, and some native trees, some gliricidia, some mucuna that adds nutrients. If the soil gets too bad, when you harvest your crop, plant your mucuna, leave the land for fallow. Once the mucuna reaches 6 months or 1 year, depending on the damage the soil is, it repairs, chop the mucuna, plant some gliricidia. After 5 to 6 months of your gliricidia, plant your cover inside. Cover will be healthy, it will have shade and nutrients, and there won't be much pest. When you plant only cover, so now your cover is growing, already 6 months or 1 year in the farm. Many times the soil is all bare. Soil should be covered all the time. Maybe peanut could be planted so that it provides nitrogen as well as keeps the soil covered. The bean that you have, the piro, if that is available, you could plant that. Or pinto and other legumes that could cover the soil, keep the microorganisms busy eating those and providing nutrient. A healthy soil will solve your problem. Today I'll take you through one of the things that we many times confuse as covered dieback. Covered dieback, the initial covered dieback has been in the Pacific from 1930s. It only comes when there's something triggers it. When something happens, it comes, but then it goes away as well. It's not there every time. When I say something triggers, the virus, which was initially thought to be cucumber mosaic virus, which is also thought to be cucumber mosaic virus, is there from early 1930s, but only attacks at certain times and then it goes away. So, as a soil scientist, I believe that if your soil is healthy, cover dieback will be there, but won't have a negative effect on your plant. As well as your agroforestry system, the virus is taken from one plant to the other by aphids. Aphids are the carriers. If you distract the aphid from the plant to a tree, a higher canopy, then the aphids are moving high away from the plant. Even though there may be some infection, the aphids are not carrying from one plant to the other, but they're going to another plant, bigger tree, leaving it there clean. When they fly from there to the next farm, they are clean, and the incidences of diseases are reduced. So, agroforestry system, nitrogen fixing trees are very important to reduce the chances of cover dieback. Here in VARTC, 5 farmers, they brought in cover samples and which showed symptoms similar to cover dieback, yellowing of the leaves, but none of the branches were black or brown or really dying away. And when we cut the cross-sectional of the plant, we did not find most of those symptoms that is associated with cover dieback, but we did find some other things. So here, if you zoom it properly, you see some things are drilling holes inside the branch. When we looked at this, we find that there are some weevil borers that are going in. So in this case, it seems not to be a virus that is causing the yellowing of the plants. Some of these varieties are not yellow varieties, the green varieties, but in the field they look yellow. So when we cut open the stem, the virus symptoms are not there, but we see lots of burrowing insects that bore in, some weevils that bore in, and they are causing this one. When we diagnose, it's a ginger weevil borer, ginger weevil borer. So it was common in all the 5 plant specimens that came from different places, different villages. What we can say now that ginger weevil borer could be one of the causes of those yellowing symptoms. We need to think broad now, away from cover dieback into managing some of these insect pests.